Hello, it's Jay here again, and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're picking up exactly where we left off in the previous video. So in the previous video we in the play one movement script created this void excuse me, which is part of our finite state machine. And in order to switch to this state, we need to call this function setPlayer1, which calls the animation and then changes to the correct state. So we're actually going to come to the opponent AI, and this void here, opponent defeated. So this is a very good opportunity to teach you how to send a message to another script on another game object. So this is a little more tricky. It's not bad, but just a little bit more tricky than sending a message to a script that's attached to the same game object. So as I said, this is a good opportunity to do that. We need some code in this function, and I'm going to put mine here. Now you can put this code wherever you like at the top, but it must come before this if statement. So I'm going to begin by defining a game object with a capital G underscore player1 manager temp is going to equal game object again with the capital G, find game object with tag, remember singular, open and close brackets, close that line off. Inside the brackets we're going to put the quote marks, and we're going to find the one player manager, and we'll break this up for commenting. So all we're doing is finding this game object and assigning it to this new naming convention. That's all we're doing at the moment. So let's put this into the comments. Temp game object equals game object with tag of, and you don't need to put this, but I'm going to put it in anyway, one player manager, and we'll come below. So now we're going to define another game object with a capital G and a new naming convention. So player1 temp is going to equal, and it's going to be player1 manager temp. So we're saying this new game object here is going to equal this temp game object here, but we don't want the entire object. We just want dot get component, because we just need one component from this game object. Open and close brackets, inside the brackets again we're going to say one player manager, come to the end of the line, open and close brackets, dot, and what we want is the player1 character, and we'll close the line off. So let's break this up for commenting, and we'll go through it. So we'll say that this temp game object equals from the, and I'm going to put one player manager script, because that's what it's equaling, from this script attached to the player one manager temp game object. Now, your comments don't need to be as long, obviously, if you understand it, but for those that don't. And what it's going to equal from that script is the underscore player one character game object. I'll just put a sign, so let's just save that off for the moment. We're going to start the game. We'll open up the Don't Destroy on Load, and we'll look at the one player manager. So as you can see, the play one character is not assigned. We'll start the game. And I'll just pause it here. So we went through this before when we actually did this script. As you can see, once the match is loaded, the black robot is now the player one, which it should be. So if we come to the script, we're saying that firstly that this naming convention now equals this game object, play one here. We're creating another temp game object, and we're saying it's equal from this game object. This script is going to equal this, the player one character that's assigned here. And we'll just stop that for now. So I'm explaining this in detail because I did have a comment before that a certain person didn't understand how these sort of things worked. I did something similar in my previous series, so that's why I'm going through it in depth here. But of course, it's getting the game object, but it's not actually doing anything. So what we want to do is say the player one temp, this game object equaling this character, our player one character, dot. We want to send a message to it, open and close brackets, inside the brackets, quote marks, set player one. And it's worth going back to your player one movement to make sure that these naming conventions are exactly the same as this void. Otherwise it will not work. And we're going to say comma. So notice where the comma is. It's between this last quote mark but before the open bracket. We're going to say send message, and we want send message options dot, and we do not require a receiver because we're doing it all in the code that we've just inputted here. Let's break this up for commenting. So we're going to say send message set player one to game object, and I'm just going to put no receiver required. And we just have one last thing to do. We're going to look at the player one movement script, underscore, and let's have a look. So I just need to find the variable. So yes, did make that public static. Oh, didn't type that in correctly. So play movement dot round one is going to equal true. Close that line off. We'll just put this into the comment set. Round one to true in the player one movement script. So let's again save this off. We'll downsize and we'll start the game. And again, we're just going to let this run through. In fact, I'm just going to come to the black robot, our player one. So we need a winning animation. Let's use the street fight animation again. So this is the same as the demo. So this is the animation that should play if we win the round. So I'm just going to quickly beat up the opponent here. I know we still have the double fireball projectile to fix, but we'll do that later when we do some lessons with polish. And as you can see, when I won the round, the street fight animation played. So let's just go through that again just in case you missed it. So let's just come to the select fighter. So this is the street fight animation which we're using as a demo animation. I'm using the same animation for the winning animation. So this is the animation that should play when we win. Again, I'm just going to quickly beat up the opponent. That's why fixing this bug makes, not fixing it yet makes this thing easy when you get the jewels. So we should just need one more hit. Watch the play one character to see if the animation plays. And of course I made the mistake, I didn't reassign it. Let's just do that now. I should have really assigned it resources before we started, but never mind, we'll do that now. Never saves in runtime, so let's just quickly go through that again. That was my fault really, I should have done this to start with. I was just trying to rush to show you working, but shouldn't be a problem this time. So we're on the last bit of health. Let's just see if the animation plays. I'm actually going to come closer so the camera zooms in. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to do the last strike. Watch the player. And as you can see, it did the little Street Fighter demo animation. So if you've got Pacific win animations for your character, obviously you can use those. In fact, that would be better, but I'm just working with what I've got at the moment. So we'll leave it just here for this video. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit different video, a little bit more explanation. But still, I hope you enjoyed it. We still have more to do, but we'll pick this up very soon. And as always, have a good day, and I shall see you next time. And bye for now.